Guys, what's up? Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever it is when you're watching this. Sorry if you can hear Buddy barking, he's outside and the kids are getting ready to get on the bus. Anyway, I wanted to come on and make a video because it has been 2 months or more since I've made a video or done anything on my YouTube channel, and I just wanted to talk to you guys about it because it does involve my recovery. No, I haven't had a relapse in the way that everybody thinks. Like, I haven't gone back out and used any substances that I'm not supposed to or anything like that. I feel like I've just had a relapse of mental health more than anything. And I think, honestly, like, I struggle with that more than anything else that I have on my plate. At the end of last year, I got diagnosed with a traumatic brain injury, and I bring that up not to like garner sympathy or anything along those lines. I bring that up because that's when I feel was a very pivotal moment in my mental health and the difference in it. And I know why. I have had really severe migraines for the past couple of years. I was having, on average, like 29 consecutive migraines usually. Sometimes I would get a day or two in between there where I could rest and not have migraine and have a normal day. But 29 out of, 30 or 31 days of a month, I was having a migraine. So I finally got sent to a specialist, and I go in and I do the appointment, and she tells me after everything is done that I have a traumatic brain injury. I have that traumatic brain injury from a past relationship that I was in that was obviously very physically violent. And it has been over a decade, longer, since I've been in that relationship, since I've had anything, anything to do with that person at all. Sorry, you guys, I'm filming this on my phone because I don't want to spend time editing it, and I'll tell you why in a minute. But I know for me that once I got out of that relationship and I got to a certain point in my recovery and like therapy and things like that, that I thought to myself, okay, these are all the problems that I'm going to have to deal with because of that relationship. One of them was my addiction. But it was also like, the mental issues of everything and getting over that and all the healing that had to do with that. But I got to a certain point where I was like, okay, these are all the problems that I'm going to have to deal with. And I don't know how long they're going to last, but this is it. I hope this is making sense the way I'm trying to say this to you guys. So once I got to that point, I just felt like, even if it took me forever or months or years or whatever the case may be, I knew that there weren't any new problems that were going to come up in my life from that situation, is the best way I can try to explain it. So when I went to the doctor at the end of last year and I got this diagnosis, it hit me like a ton of bricks. And when I was in the office that day and she told me and explained it to me, and showed it to me. Sorry, I can see this. Keith bought me flowers and I can see that one of the stems wasn't in the water, so I was just pushing that back down. Anyway, once she explained it all to me, and I left the office, I can almost pinpoint it, and I was upset, naturally, because here's a new problem. All these years later, I'm doing really well in my life. I have a wonderful fiance. I have a fiance. Like, the family members that I am in contact with are great. We have a great relationship. I'm finally in recovery. I'm doing the thing. I got multiple years under my belt, blah, blah, blah. So it just, it hit me blindsided to have something from him, from that relationship, just kind of come out of the blue and affect my life in a negative way that I wasn't expecting. And like I said, that was right there at the end of the year. I put up my last video. I can't remember if it was before I got the diagnosis or after, but I remember putting that up, and I remember just thinking to myself, you know, just take a couple days. Just take a couple days, because I wasn't sure if I should share it on this channel, you know, if it would garner any interest or anything like that. I know that a lot of people that are in recovery are survivors of domestic violence. But I just wasn't sure, so I just told myself, you know, just take a couple days to yourself and do whatever makes you happy. Or, you know, don't do anything at all. Well, that has stretched into a very long time now. And not necessarily because I've been doing all these things that make me happy, but because I've really been struggling. And I will get really motivated to do something on the channel, make a community post or a short, or, you know, anything, just anything for this channel. And it's usually when I lay down at night, because as soon as I lay down, my brain just starts going. And I'd be like, okay, this is what I'm going to do, you know. And I wake up in the morning, and I have the greatest energy in the morning times. And so I would be like, you know, I'm going to sit here and drink my coffee, scroll through social media while I wake up, whatever the case is, and then I'm going to get to work. Well, what has been happening consistently is that I wake up in the morning and I drink my coffee, and then my mood, my attitude, my motivation, my energy level, like everything plummets. And it's more than I can put into words. I can try, but then we're going to be here for 45 minutes listening to me ramble on and try to explain things to you and fidget with my hair. So I've been having a really hard time mentally. And with all this going on, there was one day, I will admit and be honest with you, there was one day where I was just kind of reliving one of the things that may have contributed to me having this TBI. And I don't know if I mentioned it or not at the beginning of the video, but a TBI is a traumatic brain injury. You see a lot of them in like football players, people that are in contact sports, things like that. And it happens when, most of the time, probably not all the time, but it happens if you get like knocked unconscious. And during that relationship, I was knocked unconscious a lot. And I never, you know, got any treatment for it, obviously. I never would I have thought that that would be what is affecting me now, all this time later, but here we are, and it is what it is. But one day I was sitting there, you know, and I was just thinking about one of the really bad times that we had gotten into a physical altercation, and I did, you know, lose consciousness. And that is the first time in a very long time that I have wanted to use really badly. I really wanted to use, sitting there thinking about that. And it's been a long time since I felt that way, and it scared the crap out of me, if I'm being honest. I didn't use. I actually just reached out to a friend of mine and was like, you know, this is what's going on, and please just talk to me while I'm feeling this way, because, you know, I know how these things go. And I know that most of the time when you are triggered about something like that, it goes away. You know, it's not a forever thing, doesn't last forever, etc. You guys know what I'm trying to say. So, you know, after that happened, I really haven't experienced that at that level. I have had thoughts of, man, it would be really nice to be high, because then I wouldn't care, you know. And when I struggle with my mental health and like my energy levels and things like that. That was one of the main reasons. Not the only, but one of the, top 3 or top 5 reasons why I used and continue to use, because for whatever reason, different people have different thoughts about it. But when I use opiates, which were my drug of choice, they don't slow me down. They give me energy. A lot of people say that's because I probably have ADD or something like that. I don't know. I've never been diagnosed with it. And honestly, if I have it, I don't want to know, because I don't want to take what they would give me for it. Anyway, so I've been struggling a lot with my mental health, with, getting up and like doing anything. At the same time, Keith and I joined the gym in January because we were getting old, and we're not in the healthiest condition of our lives, and we both want to change that. So struggling with my energy and not being motivated to do anything, and then we join a gym, which, if you join a gym and you're serious about it, that's a big chunk of energy that you have to give. And we've been doing great at the gym. Like, I went to the gym and thought that I would hate it, and found out that I actually love it. I friggin' love it. And I actually have lost some weight, which I'm super proud of. But anyway, so all that is going on. And, when all this other stuff is going on with me personally, online, and I never would have said anything about this, but I kind of got pulled into it, not in a very public way, but through like DMs and things like that. All this stuff is happening with Jessica Kent. And I know that I have, viewers, people that watch videos of mine, whether you're subscribed or not, that have come from Jessica's channel to mine for whatever reason. A lot of people will leave messages or send me messages or leave comments and say, I found you through Jessica Kent. So all that stuff, happened with Jessica and Reese. And if you don't know about it and you're a follower of hers, then you can go and watch on her channel and see what's going on with her. And I was livid. I am livid, because of the way the community that Jess has built turned its back on her, pretty instantaneously, because of the other circumstances. And I'm not going to go into all the drama here, because it doesn't, it's not affecting my life. The only reason that I'm bringing it up is because I started getting messages. I was on a live one day with, I was just like in the live watching with Jordan Barnes, who is a person in long-term recovery. He's also the author of One Hit Away, and he just released his latest book. I think he's written 4 now, 4 or 5. Anyway, him and Jen Cutting were doing a live, and we were in there. Nothing was said about Jessica Kent. Nothing had been said about the drama going on or anybody else involved in the drama. And when I got off of that live, just, I was there to support Jordan. And I love Jordan. I met Jordan, because he's in Hawaii and I'm on the East Coast, so I haven't met him in person. But before he released One Hit Away, right before he released One Hit Away, he's amazing, outstanding. So I support Jordan any way that I can. So that's why I was there in that live. And I also actually won a couple copies of his books that are going to be signed. And I'm super excited about that. I got so many friggin' messages when I got off of that live. I don't know what it was. There weren't a lot of people in there. It wasn't like tens of thousands of people in that live. But I started getting messages after that live asking me, whose side I was on in the Jessica Kent stuff. And I only responded to one of them. And I'm not going to say the message or anything, but my response was, I'm sorry, what? And then the person, I guess, could tell by the tone of my response that they weren't going to get the answer they were looking for. So then I never heard from them again. But Jessica Kent and Jen Cutting were the only people that I knew to turn to when I wanted to start this channel. And those girls were great. Like, Jen gave me all these suggestions about how to phrase my titles and, you know, what to do in videos and things that I could say and things that I couldn't say in my videos. Jessica shared with me how she edited her videos. Like, I have messages going back and forth with them. Would they think of me as friends? Like, I don't know if they would or not, but I have supported Jessica since I very first saw her on the internet. And I was one of the people that saw her when she made her first 7 videos that she didn't think were going to go anywhere. And so it's not that we're all like best friends and I'm wrapped up in the drama that way. What kicked me and affected me so much mentally was how fast people that claim they're in the recovery community turn their back on someone over rumors and, you know, drama and things like that. And it's not just the Jessica situation. It's everywhere. Every social media platform that I get on, whether it's YouTube or TikTok or Instagram even, it's everywhere. And I don't understand it, because not all of the bashing, but a good portion of the bashing that goes on in the recovery community is not from outside people. It's from one person in recovery to another person in recovery, just beating the hell out of somebody, you know, with their words. And all I could think and all I've been stewing over is all the stigma that we carry as people in recovery already, every day. It's an everyday fight that we have to fight against the stigma of what people think about us, whether it's an employer or, you know, strangers on the internet or people that you meet out while you're out doing your daily life and they somehow realize, you know, that you're in recovery, whether it's a shirt you wear or whatever it is. Like, we have so much stigma that we fight against on a daily basis from the regular general public in this world. And then on top of that, we can't even support each other. I don't know if I'm allowed to hit a vape on YouTube. I guess we'll find out. I see other people do it, but they have way bigger channels than I do, so we'll find out. Anyway, as I was watching all this, also watching all the other crap that's going on in the world, the earthquakes, the fires, the wars, the missing children, the senseless murders, the things that the bad cops are doing. And no, I'm not against the police or anything like that, not in any way, shape, or form. But there are bad police officers out there, and we see them because, you know, the old statement is true: if it bleeds, it leads. And our news and our media make sure of that. And it just, for some reason, these last 2 or 3 months has been so overwhelming to me that I feel like I cannot shake it off. And it's making me very bitter. And I don't want to be that person. I don't want to be a bitter person who has something negative to say about everything. And I've caught myself doing that. The other evening, Keith and I were sitting in the living room and he was going through YouTube shorts. And every single one that came on, he, you know, Keith has a great sense of humor. So he laughs about some stuff that I'm like, you know, but he's a guy, like, he laughs about farts and stuff like that. And I'm like, that's not as funny as you think it is. So he finds humor in a lot of things that I don't. But every video that popped up, I had something negative to say about it. And I'm not normally like that. You know, so I started thinking what I wanted to do with this channel. And if I even wanted to do this channel anymore. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, like, I don't know. I don't know if I want to continue on with this YouTube channel, because after watching the whole Jessica Kent and Mindy, is that her name? I don't know, because I've never had any interaction with her. That's no shade towards her. I've never had any interaction with her. I don't like her content, so I don't watch it. It's not that I think she's lying or anything like that. It's not something that resonates with me, so I haven't ever watched her content. And that's all I will say about her. But watching all of that and then watching it go on continuously to other people that just don't get noticed because they're not, social media famous. Like, it happens in every comment section of every video, of every post, of every story, of everything. And I'm like, why would I want to be a part of that? And that's where I am right now in my thought process. I don't know if I want to continue this channel or not. I don't know what I want to do. I know that the only thing that I have done over the past couple of months, other than going to the gym and playing with Buddy, the only things that have brought me joy is painting. And I've done a crap load of painting. Like, you guys should see all the canvases that are piling up over there. I would show you, but I'm not ready to show my art to the world because I'm self-taught and it's not that great. So I find myself more often than not, instead of turning on the camera and making content, because it doesn't please me anymore, it doesn't bring me happiness anymore, I find myself just doing other things and thinking, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. And I wish that I could get back to the place where I was when I started this channel, because I was so excited and I had so much, joy and just like a burning desire. Honestly, I hate to use that 12-step verbiage, but I had such a burning desire to share with you guys and try to educate people and help people. And now I'm just at a point where I don't know. I do want to do that, but I don't know if I want to do it here. And my channel's the biggest now than it has ever been, obviously. 321 subscribers is a number I never thought I would get to on my channel, and I know that I say that all the time. Every time I have a bump in subscribers, whether it's 1 or 50 or 100, I know I say that every time, but honestly, every time I look and I have new subscribers on my channel, it amazes me. And I think, wow, that's 321 people minus my family that watch my videos because they support me. But that's like, 300 and we'll say 15 people that there's something that I said in a random video that I put up on the internet that just resonated with them, and they were like, oh yeah, I'm gonna follow her and see what she has to say. And for those people, I feel like I should continue. But then I'm like, what's gonna happen if I mess up? If I ever do give in to those thoughts that I, had, what would happen? And mentally, could I take that? I'm scared about even putting this video out, to be honest with you, because people on the internet, for whatever reason, are so aggressive and judgmental and just mean. And I honestly don't know, like, you hear people call them keyboard warriors. Like, I don't know if people would act like this if it was a face-to-face situation. I don't know. But I know that social media and the internet has vastly changed the way that we interact with people and the things that we, that's a do, isn't it? The way that we feel, is okay to leave comments on people's things, whether it's a post or a story or a video. Anyway, I know that the internet has vastly changed that, and I don't see it going in a positive way from here on out, if I'm being completely honest with you guys. But I just don't know where I want my part to be in all that. And I wanted to come on and, that's a little better. Not really, but I just wanted to come on and like talk to you guys and share with you guys where I went and how I'm feeling and whether this channel is gonna have any more content uploaded to it, because I don't know. And I know that I have been prone to making stupid decisions in my past life, but one thing that I've learned the hard way, but I have learned it in my recovery, is that above and beyond everything else, I have to take care of my mental health, because that is one of the things that will send me straight back to a relapse if I'm not careful and if I don't take care of it. If I don't acknowledge that I'm struggling and take steps to fix it or work on it, or, you know, just let people around me know that, yeah, I'm having a hard time and I don't understand why, I know that that is one of the things that could send me back to a relapse just like that. So, you know, honestly don't know what else to say, and this is an awkward way to end a video, but I do miss talking to you guys and making content for you guys. So please don't take it as a definite that I'm not going to upload any more content, but as it stands right now, I just don't know. Before I go, I do want to say that, you know, the way I end all of my videos, if you guys need anything, don't hesitate to reach out. That will never change. Regardless of what my decision is about this channel going forward, that will never change. The email that is in all my description boxes, I'm never going to let go of it. If something would happen and I had to, you know, if I got locked out of it or whatever, I would go back in and update it with a new email address. So if anybody needs anything and they wanted to reach out to me, they could connect with me that way. So that's not ever going to change. The naloxone, Narcan, if you need it, if you want to be trained in it, that's not ever going to change either. So I hope that you guys are all doing good. I hope that you're taking care of yourselves. I hope that if you need anything, you reach out. If not to me, then you reach out to someone, and know that I love you. And I'm thinking about all of you guys, and I will keep you updated on how things are going and how I'm feeling. So I will see you guys in the next update, whichever way it is. I love you guys. Have a good day and take care of yourselves.